Hello, general with instructions for Ecodecoder model HU92. This is the tool. This is the tension handle, it can be flipped. This is the main body with the key profile and leading channels. Then through the whole tool there is a tiny sheet of metal. This is your lever. With this you engage with the wafers inside of the lock. It has this small tip, and through the sheet there is this spring pin, which I will refer to as spring pin, not a spring pin, as guide pin. With this you go through the channels and they guide you through the lock. Now when you know the tool, let's jump to our lock. First step will be to insert an insertion of the tool, and we'll also include extraction of the tool. This is how you get the tool. It's folded, but this is not how you go inside of the lock. As you can see, it's stuck. It cannot go in anymore. This is not how you do it. I can force it in, I can force it out, but it will cost me the lever because I will bend this tiny little tip. To properly insert the tool, flip the tension handle to one of the sides, and your guide pin should be all the way back here, so your lever should be pulled out. And like this you can safely insert and extract the tool. Now as you know how to insert the tool, let's check for the orientation. Insert the tool one way, and with the guide pin go through the channels. As you can see, nothing happens. Everything is stiff. It falls down halfway. So let's flip the tool. And now you can see all channels are springy. This is what we want. This is the right orientation of the tool. And from here we need to to apply tension. Tension is applied through this handle. You can do it just like this, forcing the lock to rotate. Or I prefer to support my tool a little bit here, either to this side or to the other side. Also, you can flip the handle the way you want it. I prefer to work like this, and this is how I will do it. Now, the amount of tension. Most locks don't need a lot of tension, but some of them need a lot. For example, this one, at some point you'll see all wafers will be springy, but I would not be able to rotate the lock. So I will increase my tension, and this is how you're supposed to work. Start with light tension and increase it later. Also, a little bit again about the positioning your handle for tensioning. I prefer to do it this way also for the reason of control. Sometimes you will need to release a little bit of tension to let go of the overset wafer, or just to set the wafer that is stiff. So this gives me a little bit more control of the amount of tension. Now, I forgot one very important step, and it's WD-40. You spray a lot inside of the lock. You go in with either some sort of tester key or other key, just to move the wafers through their range and reassure yourself that everything is working properly. You can spray it with WD-40, and with the right orientation just move every lever like this, and it will be okay. Now we applied our WD-40. Now we know how to apply tension. Let's apply it in the opening direction, which for me will be counterclockwise. And the next step is to find Now actually I will do it in this direction clockwise just for you to see what's going on here, because like this you cannot really see what's going on. So I'll apply tension in the clockwise direction, and now I'll go with the guide pins through the channels, and I'll try to find stiff wafer. As you can see, this one is springy, and pay very close attention to my finger here. When I'm searching for the stiff wafer, I go very lightly here, just to feel the spring. Let's find some stiff lever. This one is stiff. You can even see it on the camera. But if I apply enough force here, okay, this one just got set, but this is not what I want to show you. If I apply enough tension here, the whole lever, this thin sheet metal here, the whole lever becomes spring, and it can misguide you. But this wafer is actually stiff. So we found ourselves a stiff wafer. Now I will apply a little bit more force here, just a little bit. Hold it like this, and then release a little bit of tension. Let's repeat the process. Apply tension, find yourself the stiff lever, wafer, apply a little bit more force here, and release a little bit of tension here. Now it's springy. This one now is not. This one is not. Again, force here, a little bit more than just tapping, and release a little bit of tension. Set, set, set. This one is also springy. And now we'll go to those bottom channels. It's a little bit more difficult here because the gravity is against you. Here, when something became springy, it's easily visible, but here you will need to train your fingers to feel this small amount of force that spring is giving you. Because if I do it like this, I don't know. It might be gravitation that's pulling this lever down on, or it might be actually spring. So here, like this, I feel the spring. Spring, spring. This one is actually stiff, but if I do it like this, you cannot understand this. So it's all about the feeling. I apply a little bit more force here and let go a little bit of the tension. Now it's springy, springy, springy. This one again became stiff while we were playing with this one, so I'll set it again. Sometimes you will need to play with them like this. Always check everything. Now I'm in kind of position where everything is springy, but lock is not open, so I'll increase a little bit of tension. This one became very stiff, so I'll set it. Okay. Let's zoom out. Now you have the idea of what exactly am I doing. Again, everything is springy, so I'll increase the tension, and I actually felt a little bit of rotation. Okay, this one became stiff. Set it. Stiff. Again stiff. and the lock is open. As you can see, I am rotating the core and this part also rotates. As the lock is open, we can now read the code. So our lock is open, and in this open position we can safely read the code. For the HU92, the first position is this. First position, second position, third one, and etc. And those are the depths of the code. So first position depth is 1. Second position depth is also 1. Sometimes when you are under those very deep positions, your lever might get a little bit stuck. It's way easier when you're working in the opening direction with the lock, but I'm currently closing, so clockwise. And when this happens, you jiggle the wall tool with the lever and lightly you can release the tension. And like this, your lever will go through those stucks. Now we get 1, first position 1, second position 1, third position also 1, very deep code. Also make sure you're all the way in. Fourth position also 1. Fifth position, this one is clear 3. Yes. Next is between 2 and 1, so we will choose the next one. In this case, we will choose the next depth. So between 2 and 1, we will choose 1. This one is 3. And this one is also 3. And this is the full code for this lock. Now I let go of the tool. I'll go all the way back with the guide pin and the lever, and I can safely extract the tool. This is all you need to know about Ecodecoder HU92.